Welcome back to another episode of Kate and Isaiah Living Large. I'm Isaiah.
And I'm Kate.
And on this episode, we are going to talk about eating season, since we are getting into all of the crazy eating stuff that's happening.
Of course, eating season starts with Thanksgiving, which is coming up next weekend. Yeah, I did that math right. And then we have Christmas.
Oh, we have.
And then all of the eating leading
there's
and
Halloween too. And all the family eating stuff that happens all in between. Like there's a lot of, and it's fall. So people put on weight during fall.
Yeah, you got to get ready for winter. Got to fatten up and be warm.
That's right. But before we begin, is there anything you want to talk about?
I'm trying to think of if there's anything I want to talk about.
Two Fat Dads will be coming out soon. Don't forget to get your tickets. Our friend Matt
was Isaiah's friend when I'm trying to steal him.
Stealing all my friends.
It's all in the ultimate goal to have more Facebook friends. Maintain my lead.
Is going to be having shows all over New Brunswick coming up throughout October. So check that out. Two Fat Dads. If you put in your Facebook search, even your Google search should come up.
And we'll talk about that more extensively next week because we're pretty pumped about the show.
That's right. So check him out. Grab your tickets while they are available. Yeah. Have you getting to the gym? I've been getting to the gym.
Yeah, I'm trying to work out the new schedule, where I have to go in the mornings. I haven't done it yet.
Right.
Because I will say we're a little disjointed in how we timed this, and we recorded the second episode first, and we're recording both at once. So for reference, it is the Friday, September 29th when we recorded this.
But yeah, no, good.
So in my new routine with my new job, I'm going to have to go to morning gym, 5:30 in the morning gym.
How you feeling about 5:30 in the morning gym?
I'm scared that I'm not going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
I'm genuinely afraid that I'm going to be too exhausted and that something's got to give because I'm going to have a 1 hour commute on either side of my new job, which I'm super pumped about. But I am also doubly concerned about maintaining my fitness.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, because you can't go after work because it's too late and you've got other stuff you have to do after work. So you have to go in the morning or find an alternative
in Fredericton.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm currently concerned about, which couples well with our topic of the day. What is going on with you? What's new and exciting?
I have been trying to go to the gym. I have been nerding out on One Piece, as I've talked about before. That's my super nerdy thing right now. And super political nerding out on all the Republican primary stuff that's happening in the States, as well as it sounds like we're about to gear up for some politics in New Brunswick here shortly. I cannot talk about that. That's true. But it looks like we might be gearing up for some politics, which is I, as a political nerd, am super excited that politics is happening.
But someday we can talk about that.
That is true.
But not today.
But jump into it. So our first, so eating this, we are into eating season. So, fall into winter in general, a lot of people put on weight because it's just natural for people to bulk up in the winter that's just a natural thing for your body to do to try and keep itself warm.
Yeah. And it's harder to get out and get active when snow starts to fly and the nights are longer, less sun.
Oh my goodness, it's already started. It's 7:30 now. It's dark. It's terrible. I hate it. I find myself because I usually work out in the evening. Lately I've been going in the mornings, but I find that the winter I don't do a lot of activities outside of the house in the winter. Mm-hmm. So I actually find it easier for me to get to the gym through the winter season.
That's cool. That's a great turnaround for you. That's good because you're not as busy doing other stuff. My schedule is always nuts. Right. So that's why finding my groove is really important because once I'm scheduled in and I've got a routine, I'm pretty good that way.
Yeah. That's yeah, for you, yeah, you're always your routine's like a 12-month routine. You just have something
Like a
going
hamster on
all
a
the
wheel.
time. I do Special Olympics has started up. And so we that's my Thursdays. But throughout like the days, I really don't do a whole lot through the week. Getting the
Yeah.
weekends I do a little bit more, but I am definitely less out and about throughout the Mondays to Fridays.
Yeah. You know what I did this past weekend? I went to Grown Up Band Camp.
That's right. I was growing up band camp.
I mean, I blew my trombone so much that my lips swelled up.
I'm gonna leave it there. No,
It was innocent. It was.
it's band camp. We've all watched American Pie.
Well, so we rented an Airbnb, a group of 4 of us were supposed to go. And 2 of them were sick at the last minute, which sucks. They felt really bad and it was, not great all around. And so I ended up going with my friend Doug, my 78-year-old friend Doug. And he and I carpooled together. And then we got to the house because it's an Airbnb and it's in Bathurst. And I was like, well, Doug, why don't you pick your room? It was fun. And Doug and I had a great time.
Nice. So for you, so you're trying to get scheduled back into your winter. You're trying to get scheduled into like the winter routine, especially with the new job and all. So definitely, I'll be interested to see how that goes for you for sure.
Me too.
Especially with it being dark in the morning, dark in the evening.
Yeah.
Basically driving back and forth at night in the dark. So I'll be interested. We'll come back. We'll flip back around to that and talk about that.
We'll come back in a couple weeks and talk about it.
But I think the first real big interval in the fall season is Thanksgiving.
It is.
So do you have anything special you do for Thanksgiving?
I mean, generally we'll have a turkey dinner, and generally it'll be with family. It'll either be at my mom's house or my sister's house. I can tell you where it won't be. My condo.
What?
Yeah, I'm not the cook in the family. And it will be delicious. And my sister and my mom are both pretty health conscious people, so it probably won't be extremely. We'll have a turkey dinner, and of course we'll have dessert, but it won't be like excessive. Generally speaking, although it is one of my favorites. I think Thanksgiving is one of my favorite times of year.
Yeah, Thanksgiving is always a good time of year. Are you a turkey family or are you a turkey and ham family?
We're a turkey family.
Yeah, we typically do turkey, sometimes turkey and ham.
Yeah.
And gravy, obviously.
And of course, gotta have gravy. Oh, my mom makes such good stuffing.
Yeah,
her dressing is excellent.
We typically do box stuffing.
Okay.
I'm all for stovetop.
That's cool. Yeah. Stovetop tastes good. What I find, have you ever noticed about dressing or stuffing is that every family has a different recipe. And if that's the family you're from, that is your favorite.
Yes.
So even if your family recipe is stovetop, that is the best tasting thing for you. With Mom's, she does it the same as her mom, but also I'm pretty sure this is why my parents are married. My grandmother on the other side also made her stuffing very similarly. And the key ingredient is bread and potato. And the key ingredient is summer savory.
See, Andrea makes homemade stuff. She has a lot of sage in it.
Yeah, sage. Summer savory, very similar flavor profile, but summer savory, key ingredient to our family dressing recipes.
So this Thanksgiving, are you going to be more conscious of what you're putting on your plate? Are you going to go back for that second plate? Are you going?
Well, if I'm hungry, I'll eat the second plate. What about you?
I am. So last year was kind of my first year pushing into trying to lose weight at that point. So I definitely try and avoid the second plate. Although I do typically go for like if there's squash or something, I may go for like a little bit more.
Oh, that sounds. But the squash is very good for you, unless you load it up with butter and salt.
Well, that's the good part. Is the
I generally. I mean, Mom and Kelsey, they both make their potatoes mashed with butter, of course, but like I don't add extra butter or things to my vegetables. I don't generally put too much salt.
Okay.
That's always been the way it has been. I've gotten used to my food tasting that way.
Okay. All right. So yeah, Thanksgiving. My problem with Thanksgiving and realistically most of fall is that it's also pie season, and I love pie. I love apple pie. I love strawberry rhubarb. I love pumpkin pie. Yeah,
I love coconut cream pie.
Coconut cream. I'm not a huge coconut cream fan, but yeah,
we're going to a wedding in a couple of weeks, and there's going to be a pie bar.
Oh my goodness. So I struggle with the pies. That's definitely a big one for me when it comes to weight and eating is pie. And I will eat pie even though I know that. And then of course that leads us into Halloween, which is candy season.
No.
So do you do you have a sweet tooth?
Oh yeah.
Or do you like chocolate? Like what's your
I'm a candy person. Anything with sugar really. And I like chocolate, but if I'm looking at a dessert or candy, I'm buying candy or something like that, I'm far more likely to gravitate to the non-chocolate option.
Me too. I'm a gummy,
me too,
sour candy kind of.
I love sour candy
kind of person. So I think that I definitely struggle a lot with that type of candy.
Do you give out treats here?
We do not. At least last year we didn't.
So there's no reason for you to buy Halloween candy,
right? Except for it's deliciously on sale when it afterwards.
But what I'm saying is, from a health perspective, it's not like a Thanksgiving or Christmas get together where it's like, ooh, what am I going to do with this food? You can actually just not buy it.
Just not buy it and avoid it. You are correct.
I mean, logic talks.
Logically, I can avoid it.
I can't say that I necessarily am capable of doing that. I'm not judging you if you can't. But what I'm saying is, it is something that you don't have to have because you are not a child.
Well, I am, but that's fine. I am a young youth. I am hip.
You're a young youth.
I am a young youth.
A young youth. By saying you're a youth, that implies that you're young already. That's a little redundant.
Quiet. Yeah. Well, Halloween's a big one for a lot of people too, right? Because it's just that candy being on sale right after Halloween is a big draw. One thing I do like about Halloween, and I don't know is if you're in the same boat. Chips I like those bags of chips are on sale. I like chips, and I find that if I buy like the box of chips, instead of eating like a whole big bag, I'm a little bit more tempted just to have one small bag and eat it and kind of self-control proportions.
That's really smart, and because you still feel like you're eating a bag of chips, but
you're not.
You're not.
So you get the crunch. They get the crunch and the stuff, but you're not constantly digging. Because I find my problem with chips is that I put out a bag of chips, watching a show, and not consciously thinking about, oh, I just had 20 chips. Oh, I just ate a whole bag of chips.
100%.
I'm just sitting there eating, right? So with a smaller bag of chips, that kind of helps.
Yeah, that's really cool and very smart. For me, I find if I had the box of chips, instead of eating the one big bag of chips the time I bought it, I would end up eating a small bag of chips every day until they were gone, or more than one bag of chips every day until they were gone, when I normally would only buy chips once in a blue moon.
Yeah, okay. No, I get that.
So you really have to find what works for you.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, for me, I like chips when I'm like watching a show or something, but I don't typically eat a lot of chips. But when I pull open a bag of chips, I basically eat the whole bag of chips.
Yeah.
Which is a problem. What about you for Halloween? What do you have besides? Are you pretty self-controlled for Halloween?
So what I find is I'm not going to go out of my way to buy Halloween candy on sale or not. For just me, I'd only be likely to buy Halloween candy if I were bringing it somewhere to like a job or something like that. Or the other place that I end up eating a pile of Halloween candy is my sister's kids, my two nephews. I do not understand this. My sister doesn't understand this. But those two boys will get all their Halloween candy, and they'll eat like one or two things, and then they'll save it. And they'll have Halloween candy until Christmas or beyond, until my sister finally just...
What? Oh.
which I just don't understand the not gorging yourself and making yourself sick. Which I mean, good for them to have those kind of boundaries. But like when I was a kid, I ate almost all my Halloween candy within 2 days, and I was so sick.
We'll have to have a more in-depth conversation on Halloween closer because I have questions about Halloween.
Yeah.
But so after Halloween, we're really into fall and almost into winter. So I know through the fall, I'm okay with weight. In the winter, I definitely get more weight on. Do you find yourself seasonal, add more weight on, or?
Well, I find for me, Christmas time, I don't know. Honestly, it depends on what phase of life I'm in. I don't know if it's cyclical like that. Like I don't have a lot of ebb and flow. It's either all gain or all loss.
Okay.
Because I've never felt like I've never not either been coming off a diet or starting a diet or being like watching or not watching. I've never just functionally existed. Isn't that sad?
I mean,
like
it's not sad. It's just how you lived your life, right? That's just,
it's a little sad.
for me, I always found that I put on more weight in the fall, winter, and it ties back to the summer. I'm just very active and always doing something out and about, walking around, doing something in the summer. Mm-hmm. Whereas in the winter, I always kind of just stopped. So I always end up putting more weight on in the winter, especially in high school, like right after football season happened.
Oh yeah.
So football season starts for high school, typically starts right around September, just before school starts. Sometimes in August, depending, and then runs right into November-ish. Mm-hmm. And then it stops. And then that was always in high school. I always end up putting a lot of weight on right after football season.
Yeah.
Because I was super active and then immediately stopped. So that was always my problem. And then as a young adult, yes, that's right. I'm a young adult now.
A young youth.
I always found that my fall time, I just don't do anything because I don't like winter. I don't like cold. I prefer it to be a sauna in the house. I like the heat, so I don't like winter sports like other people do.
Not a hockey guy.
Not a hockey guy. I've maybe skied once in my life. So I'm just not active. So that always caused me to put on weight in the.
Right. But there are indoor pools.
Yeah, I mean, but it's a little different.
I know.
I don't swim every day.
I know. No, it's tough. It's a tough time of year for anybody. Like, I mean, plus you're dealing for the other thing that happens to people and occasionally happens to me is, the dark weather, the dark season ends up making it mentally dark too sometimes too, and then it gets harder to motivate yourself and it becomes like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Regular depression leads into seasonal depression.
Yeah, that's right.
That was always the meme in January, it's like, now I get to find out if my depression is just regular depression or seasonal.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, a lot of people that find, especially waking up and it's dark out and going to work and it's dark and you're at work all day during the day when it's sunny out, and then you get off work and then it's dark out, and people there's definitely something to be said about, existing in darkness for sure. Some people love being in dark though, but yeah, I definitely am not one of those people.
Yeah.
And then we get into Christmas. Are you a December Christmas like a holic?
I'm very much, I love the music part, although we've already started playing Christmas music in band, and it's too early.
It is.
And so often, and I've always been involved in music. So it's kind of fun to bring out the Christmas music at first, but then by the time actual Christmas season starts, I am so sick of it that I don't want to hear another carol. I don't want to see another bell. I don't know. But ultimately for me, I really like the family time that comes with Christmas and all of that and I like the parties and the get-togethers, and we got to see each other because it's Christmas and we got to do this, and I love all that stuff
For sure.
As far as the day itself, I like the time spent with the family and all of that. I like presents too, don't get me wrong, but like if I think of something really great to give someone, I find that exciting. I hate buying gifts for the sake of buying gifts.
Yep.
Really hate it. If I don't know what to get somebody and I know I should buy them a gift, I'm like, frig.
Yeah,
I'd rather
for
wait
sure.
until February and I think of something really great to give them.
Yeah, no, I definitely am not a huge gift person either. Andrea, on the other hand, is crazy. So last year, she did like a 12 days of Christmas for like my entire family and her
Oh my
family.
gosh, she's so
where
cool.
like they got like a gift a day, and it was nuts.
That's nuts.
Truly.
Your wife is unbelievable, actually, as a human.
But I find
Like in a good way.
true. I find the Christmas season there is a lot of get-togethers, a lot of eating. There is like everyone, everywhere, every time you get together, everyone's eating.
Oh, there's so much food. Christmas baking's a thing. Like,
Yeah, that too, right? Lots of cookies.
and like, don't stop it. Like, I love
Yeah.
cherry balls.
Do you cherry balls?
Yeah.
No,
Coconut cherry balls. Oh, so
I don't like the cherry. I like the coconut. I like peanut butter balls.
yeah. I'm not as big a fan of peanut butter balls.
But
Shortbread cookies.
I do find that like the fall season, it's just everyone tends to. There's a lot more eating habits, eating going on throughout the fall, throughout the winter,
yeah.
right into New Year's. Which oh my gosh, we're all like
This
we're
has been a
almost
year.
there.
Almost a year. I mean, now that we're talking like this, we're still months away. But in reality, we made the plan to do this podcast on New Year's Eve, didn't we?
Oh, we made it before New Year's Eve.
Did we?
I think it was maybe right around. We were gonna start it in New Year's.
Yeah, we kind of did. It was February-ish, right?
Yeah. We had
By the time we
a
gotta
few
go.
fall setbacks, but yeah, we're almost a year in now.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah. Because we did spend part of New Year's Eve together.
That's true. We did. We're gonna do it again this year. Probably.
I don't make commitments like that.
It's true.
It's only September, Isaiah. I'm not committing to you now.
Wow,
We're not
gosh.
together.
Whatever.
You would barely go to a show with me a month from now. Well, you're going to see that next episode.
We'll see. But yeah, no. I in closing, I think we're just wrap up the kind of conversation. I think for fall, winter, like this is definitely the eating time for a lot of people because there's just so many family get-togethers, so many friend get-togethers that happen in this season that you definitely, if for me and probably, and I assume you, I'm going to talk for you for a second. You have to be a little bit more conscious of what you're doing, especially if you're working on, losing the weight and trying to.
My feeling is that if you can maintain through this season, even if you don't lose any extra, if you can maintain through the season and not have a big gain, that's a win.
For sure.
And the key for that for me is, there are going to be those things, and we should have those things because they're fun, and
Heck
fun
yeah.
is important. And like, it's about whole life wellness.
Eat, live, move.
Yeah, those three. And so if you can maintain your consistency on the working out and the times that are not eating, not say, frig it. That's the key. Like, because that's often what has happened to me in the past is like, I'll be like, well, I already blew it. Might
Right.
as well eat some candy for breakfast.
Yeah, no, 100%. So that, just trying to maintain it kind of through the season is definitely a huge gain in general, right?
Mhm.
But I think we're gonna call it from there.
All right.
So where can people find you on the internet?
At Fat Caitlin on TikTok, at the Caitlin Dean on Twitter, Caitlin Dean on Facebook, and Kate and Isaiah Living Large also on Facebook. And how about you?
I am Maritime Brews on all of the social medias. And then, of course, don't forget, we are still working towards that mic. We may have a mic in a week or two. Who knows? I've been shopping mentally. But if you would like to donate towards that mic, it would be much appreciated. The Buy Me a Coffee will be in the description below, as well as a QR code will be up top in our YouTube video somewhere. But I thank you guys all for listening and see you next week. Bye.
Bye.